إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ثم أما بعد. One of the pillars of the Salah is standing. When you stand up from Rukoo, what do you say? Sami Allahu liman hamida. Or the Imam says Sami Allahu liman hamida. My point here is to try to understand what we're saying and why we're saying it. And that is the most important part of the Salah that helps you attain the khushu', is to understand what you're saying and why you're saying it. You may understand what you're saying, but you don't know why you're saying it. So let's take a look. Sami Allahu liman hamida. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears the one who says Alhamdulillah. So the one who doesn't say Alhamdulillah, he doesn't hear him? This is a question that you may have. Well, we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His name As-Sami'. His name is the all-hearing. He hears the human, the jinn, the animals. He hears everything. Nothing that is absent from the hearing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So why we say Sami Allahu liman hamida? We understand the meaning of Sami'a. For those who speak Arabic, Sami'a means he hears. But also it has other meanings. And that is the catch. Because many people who speak Arabic, they think that they don't need tafsir or they don't need alim. But we speak the language we understand. And we are far off from even understanding some of the apparent meanings. Some of the words in Arabic have about 20 meanings, depending on how you say it and the context that you say it in. So, Sami Allahu liman hamida, we understand it from another hadith. There's one hadith that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I think we talked about it before, that he sought refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from four things. علم لا ينفع, قلب لا يخشع, عين لا تدمع, ودعوة لا تسمع. So you seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from unbeneficial knowledge, a heart that is not soft, an eye that doesn't shed tears, and a dua that is not heard. Well, the dua is heard. So what does it mean here? It explains it in a different hadith. It says, وَمِن دَعْوَةٍ لَا يُسْتَجَابُ لَهَا. From a da'wah that is not answered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So from the ahadith and the Quran, that's why when we talk about tafsir of the Quran, the best of the tafsir is tafsir Ibn Kathir. Why? Because it explains the Quran with the Quran. And if it doesn't, then the Quran with the Sunnah. And if it doesn't, then the Quran with the understanding of the Sahaba. So it goes perfectly. Here, we understood the dua, which is the Sunnah, because the Prophet ﷺ told us in another hadith, أفضل الدعاء Alhamdulillah. The best dua is to say Alhamdulillah. So, Sami Allahu liman hamida, he told us in a hadith that Sami'a, the one I just mentioned, means, explained in another hadith, he subhanahu wa ta'ala does not respond to your dua. So if you say Sami Allahu liman hamida, it's like initiating a statement or hoping for something. It's like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears the one who shows gratitude, who says Alhamdulillah by answering his dua. Or, O Allah, answer the dua of those who say Alhamdulillah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, if you say Alhamdulillah or you give shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not only He maintains the ni'mah that you have, but He gives you more of it. وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you show gratitude, if you thank, I'll give you more. So, O Allah, you promised us, if we say Alhamdulillah, you give us, give us. Look what you say after that. The Imam says, Sami Allahu liman hamida. Allah answers. So here, Sami'a means answers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers the one who says Alhamdulillah. What do we say? Rabbana walakal hamd. O Allah, to you belong all the gratefulness and the hamd and the shukr. So it's like I said Alhamdulillah. What comes after that? Sujood. What did the Prophet ﷺ say about sujood? Make your dua there because you are the closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you said Alhamdulillah before, O Allah, to you all the hamd. Now you're making the dua. He answers the one who says Alhamdulillah. You get your guaranteed answer right there. Look at the connection between Sami Allahu liman hamida and when you are in sujood. Most of us make the dua in the sujood, even though you also make dua before salam. Yani I was making dua for the sister, the mother of brother Ja'far Idhi, in the sujood and before salam. After you seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the hellfire, the trials of heaven, the trials of life and death, and the punishment of the grave, then you can make any dua for yourself. So this is something that we need to pay attention for it all the time. Try to understand everything you do in the salah. It helps you not only have khushu', but also focus on yourself. Because if you know by thanking you get the dua answered, then when you say Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana wa lakal hamd, you know that you are now set and prepared for the dua that you should make in the sujood. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers the one who makes dua when he says Alhamdulillah, and you already done that. One of those Alhamdulillah is Alhamdulillah to have parents. Alhamdulillah to have parents. And Alhamdulillah that when your parents are gone, you are righteous. So you continue to make dua for those parents that you thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for. And brother Ja'far and his children are definitely missing his mother, and they're missing the grandmother. So the least that we can do is make dua for her. اللهم اغفر لها وارحمها واعف عنها وعافها واغسلها بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقها من الخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. اللهم أبدلها دارا خيرا من دارها وأهلا خيرا من أهلها. اللهم أدخلها الجنة وأعذها من عذاب النار ومن عذاب القبر. آمين يا رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.